We are standing here outside
Yeah.
in the shadows of the convention center here in Orlando.
Yeah.
Josh got his lanyard. Look at him, looking all fancy. He's got his media lanyard. We got our media badges. We're about ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna go pick up my lanyard. We're gonna go look around, take a sneak peek before Star Wars Celebration even starts. I don't know what's in there. He's already gone in.
It's like empty.
Spoiler alerts. People are already camping out, and it's like, I don't think it's noon yet. Insane. This is gonna be so much fun. All right, brother. We're headed to Star Wars Celebration to sleep in for the first night. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, very.
I am actually nervous too. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm like nervous about something I love already, but we're documenting. It's like a documentary almost, except not good. We'll see you at the convention center in just a few minutes. The skies are beautiful tonight. Good Lord. I'm excited. Josh, let's do it, brother. Boom. This might sound stupid, but this place is huge. I've never been in a building this big, I don't think. This is massive. Oh my gosh. It's pretty cool. They have some Ralph McQuarrie artwork over there hanging back in the distance. This is super exciting. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are in business. So excited. Got my lanyard. I'm ready to do this. This is gonna be the best weekend ever. I know I said this already, but this place is huge. Look how far back that goes. And this is just like lines for something? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. But this is just massive. We're here. Celebration. It's happening. Joshua, can you feel the intensity in the air and all the people in line back behind us? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah, reception's getting shoddy.
All right, so a moment ago we just heard some hooting and a hollering.
Yeah, hollering.
It looks like we might be going in.
I'm hearing.
So, oh, yep, here we go.
We're moving.
We're moving. Well, Josh, that was short-lived.
That was a short-lived.
We are stopped again, and
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
wait, Josh, we're actually moving.
I know.
It looks like we're not even going to be stopping. Straight shot in. Keep up, sir. Look at this little suitcase.
My little suitcase.
We're ready to rock and roll. When we get in there, we get settled. We'll do a periscope. This is in the past, so you're not even going to see this, but I feel like I should say it.
Yeah.
We love you. We're in. Yes. Joshua, we're in.
Trying to catch up.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Can't wait.
Virginia, it's nice to meet you. I'm from Cleveland.
I'm so excited we're here. I'm getting emotional. I had to walk away from the massive crowd just to kind of gather my thoughts for a second. And thanks to you guys, man, we're here. This is, it's a big deal for me.
Speech about, trespassing. If there's somebody caught trespassing, trying to skip in line and join.
So Josh,
Yeah,
how you doing?
I'm good.
Are you as uncomfortable as I am?
Yeah.
We're sleeping on concrete.
Oh my
Look,
goodness.
it's just bare ass concrete. Just boom. Oh God, it's gonna be a long 2 nights.
10 minutes. Oh man. It's so bad. I can't do anything. I don't know what to do. It's okay.
Clacking noise keeps happening. It's gonna haunt my dreams.
This way, come on. Yeah. Nice. Make it look good. That's right. Looking good, everybody. Yeah. Straight in the middle. Bring the lightsabers down. We're gonna do
so much. What a lovely welcome. Thank you. Thanks very much. Excellent. Or actually, maybe it does. Please welcome Alison Hill.
What you see in your head, if you're a filmmaker, you turn it into images that move. But when you put it into the real world, it takes on a different life.
It's kind of nice to be the first person into the theater to see something you've been waiting for so long.
I've been waiting all year. I'll go see it, my kids will go see it, and I'll go with them, and I'll probably sneak in again on my own.
Was it what you expected?
No, more, much more. He's so gorgeous, Harrison Ford. I saw Star Wars 21 times. We've been here for 6 days and it's great!
I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but it's part of the way we feel about it.
The Force is strong in my family.
We were kids again, and that's what Star Wars is all about.
People's love for it, it's just massive.
Who loves Star Wars?
Phenomenon is bigger than ever.
Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, the most phenomenally popular serial in movie history.
Some camped out for months to be the first ones inside. 2.5 million people.
May the Force be with you.
That kind of movie that you just go in.
I guess we'll have to eat this boring oatmeal.
It's a trap!
Wow, Admiral Akbar! Wow, Admiral Akbar cereal! Darth Vader will get ya!
Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father.
She's fast enough for you. Oh man, that sucked. I'm sorry.
I really wanted to take the values, the teachings of one generation and move it to the next generation.
I don't think anybody thought that they would make these films again. And it's happened. And we're lucky enough to be part of them. Star Wars, it's so enormous in cultures. Even if people think they have no knowledge of it whatsoever, they do. It's always been there.
Listened to more fans, I've heard more fans, I've met more fans. These films matter to people, and now it's being passed on.
Maybe in the future you will be there.
The love of the fans really makes it a worthwhile job.
Yes!
It's about family, and that's what the films are about. They're showing the films to their children,
and their grandchildren. They're sharing something that moved them as a child. That does heal people, when you can have that thing in common, and then you can find others.
Not quite that long, but for those of you that were around in 1977, it is truly going to be an awesome celebration. When George Lucas first asked me to join Lucasfilm, I thought I had some idea of how thrilling and surprising and frankly emotional this was going to be, you know, creating more of an expanded Star Wars universe. But what I've experienced has really exceeded my wildest dreams. And you and the films are the most important part of that journey. Your passion, your dedication, and your love of Star Wars, you guys have no idea how that inspires us every single day. We consider all of you a part of the Lucasfilm family. And what an honor it's been to also work with some of the original trilogy filmmakers and the cast and crew, and also some of those filmmakers who weren't even born when Star Wars first came out. But the greatest honor for me is to acknowledge the man whose collective genius has brought us all together today. Please welcome
psychological motifs, because we don't have any of those today. So I said, well, I'm going to take these two things and put them together. And again, I did it, and then a few years later, I ended up making a deal with United Artists. They said, what other movies do you have? Because I was making a deal for American Graffiti. I said, I have this sort of space opera thing. They said, okay, we'll do a deal for that. The one thing you've got to learn about studios is that if you get your break, you say, I got a script. They say, well, we'll do that, but we want to own you. We want to do all the films you ever make in the world. And you say, well, that's fantastic, until you get to the next level and suddenly you realize you've signed away your life. But, so anyway, it wasn't really until, because I wasn't even thinking about it. I was thinking about American Graffiti. That was the movie I was making. And
my pleasure to introduce Star Wars Rebels executive producer and supervising director, Dave Filoni. Welcome, Dave.
Hey, wow.
So,
Yeah, it's starting early.
So,
animation, especially the Clone Wars, which we were trying very hard, and I think we succeeded in doing a feature quality TV show. The lighting, the characters, the animation was all feature quality. And we did it on a TV budget. And we were able to tell stories and expand the universe and bring in, you know, great characters like Ahsoka and we would never been able to have.
For all of you, it's a very special message from someone who wished he could join us here today. I think you'll recognize him.
Hello, everyone. Well, 40 years of storytelling, mixing myth, mythology, legend, technology in this extraordinary cinematic form. I'd be very honored to play Qui-Gon Jinn in The Phantom Menace. I'm actually here on location in the Canadian Rockies. We're making a movie, a very unofficial movie, about Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar. Spoiler alert, he did go to the dark side. Have a great time, everyone. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you always.
Always two there are. That was Yoda, by the way. Please welcome Ian McDiarmid and Hayden Christensen.
Just said dark side rock stars.
For your contribution to Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen, Ian McDiarmid and Hayden Christensen. Well, next we have a greeting from yet another member of our Star Wars family, who unfortunately couldn't join us in person today, but sends his 40th anniversary best wishes.
Hey everybody, busy as usual, but I just want to say it's been a real honor and privilege to be a part of the Star Wars community. Thanks, George, for giving me that opportunity and letting me ride it out through at least 3 episodes. Wish I could be there so I could sign everything you brought for me to sign and just say hey to everybody in person. And while you're all sitting there, I know you're all in my corner on this, we know Jedis can fall from incredible heights and survive. I am not dead. Yes, I have 2 appendages right now, but we know the long and rich history of Star Wars characters reappearing with new appendages and being stronger and better than they ever were. Mace Windu is awaiting his return. Let's make it happen. See you soon. On screen, I hope.
Invite a few more friends to join us here on stage. Please, and I'm sure you will, Help me welcome a protocol droid, a Wookiee, and the Baron of Cloud City, Anthony Daniels, Peter Mayhew, and Billy D. Williams. That performance that you gave,
the Wookiees were what the Ewoks became.
Character. Did you bring a lot to the character? Is that a lot of Billy D. Williams in there, or did George say this is how it should be? How did that
George and Irv Kirshner, and but the thing is,
go crazy and make it 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Hamill.
They are supportive. They're with you in good times, bad times. They're more supportive than my actual family.
What made you say this is Luke Skywalker? What qualities did Mark?
Fear is your greatest defense. I doubt if the actual security there is much greater than on Aquilai or Sullus, and what there is most likely directed towards a large-scale assault.
Also a fan, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when we've got George Lucas here, we've got C-3PO, we've got Lando Calrissian, we've got Chewbacca, and Luke Skywalker. I mean, it doesn't get much more epic than this, does it? Or actually, maybe it does. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Harrison Ford.
It'll take a few minutes to calculate the coordinates.
15 takes.
Harrison, it's such a pleasure to see you, and thank you
for being here. It was a pleasure to see you.
At your first...
The beginning was also with George, and that was a part in American Graffiti. And then I went back to doing carpentry work. And for a new science fiction film. Anyway, we just chatted and said hello, but the story has gotten a little warped. I was actually...
room and throughout the world watching via live stream, thank you, each and every one of you, for your contribution to Star Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Mayhew, been fantastic. It's been fantastic. Now, I think everyone here would agree that both casting and storytelling, you really created something quite exceptional. On behalf of all of us, thank you. We can't celebrate 40 years of Star Wars without remembering our beloved princess.
Carrie Fisher and I've said many times now that she really is a modern woman, and she isn't just a woman that you know, you put guy's clothes on her and she becomes a hero. She was a princess. She was a senator. She played a part that was very smart, and she was having to hold her own against two big lugs, you know, these goofballs that were screwing everything up. But she was the boss. It was her war. And when I cast it, I said, I really want somebody young to play the part. I want somebody very young. And when Carrie came in, she was that character. She was very strong, very smart, very funny, very bold, very tough. You know, there really wasn't much of a question. There are not very many people like her. You know, they're 1 in a billion. And for this particular part, it was absolutely perfect because she could hold her own against anything. And she wore a dress through the whole thing, but she was the toughest one of the group. And that's the key to Carrie being able to play that part. It was a hard part to play. And she pulled it off brilliantly. And it really I've said many times now that she really is a modern woman, and she isn't just a woman that, you know, you put guy's clothes on her and she becomes a hero. She was a princess. She was a senator. She played a part that was very smart, and she was having to hold her own against two big lugs, you know, these goofballs that were screwing everything up. But she was the boss. It was her war. And when I cast it, I said, I really want somebody young to play the part. I want somebody very young. And when Carrie came in, she was that character. She was very strong, very smart, very funny, very bold, very tough. You know, there really wasn't much of a question. There are not very many people like her. You know, they're 1 in a billion. And for this particular part, it was absolutely perfect because she could hold her own against anything. And she wore a dress through the whole thing, but she was the toughest one of the group. And that's the key to Carrie being able to play that part. It was a hard part to play. And she pulled it off brilliantly. And it really shows the level of her talent, and at the same time, she was fun to be with. She kept the whole group going. She was very funny, very smart, and very challenging in terms of pointing out that certain pieces of dialogue were a little hard to say. But she was brilliant, and obviously we'll all miss her, but she'll always be the princess who took command and never backed down, never was in jeopardy. She was always helping the other guys get out of the messes they created. So, we'll all love her forever.
that, I think that there was no greater honor than that of working with the late and truly great Carrie Fisher. She was unlike anyone you've known, unlike anyone in this room. Her humor, her insight, her brilliance. When you associate Princess Leia, you realize that was Carrie. She was not only be remembered forever by those who were lucky enough to know her, but she will be remembered forever, even by those who are not old enough yet to say the words, "May the Force be with you." Someone who has known Carrie her entire life, whose world has revolved around Star Wars and is uniquely suited to give us wonderful insight on this remarkable woman, is her daughter, Billy.
My mom used to say she never knew where Princess Leia ended and Carrie Fisher began. She went from being an unknown actress, the daughter of Debbie Reynolds and Eddie Fisher, to Princess Leia, a character synonymous with the idea of the ultimate strong woman, a soldier, a fighter, a beyond capable, independent, sensible woman in control of her own destiny, a rebel who resisted the norm. She was imperfect in many ways, but her imperfections and willingness to speak about them are what made her more than perfect. My mom, like Leia, wasn't ever afraid to speak her mind and say things that might have made most people uncomfortable, but not me and not you. That was why she loved you, because you accepted and embraced all of her. The strong soldier of a woman she was, and also the vulnerable side of her, who often openly fought her own dark side, knowing early on that we all have a dark side of our own, whatever it may be. But she knew that it wasn't about the fight that you were fighting, but how you fought it, the way you resisted. No one could have known what this once little dream of a movie would eventually become, and what it would mean to millions worldwide. Mostly not her. But in our world, Star Wars ultimately became our religion, our family, and our way of life. And I wanted to be here with all of you because I know that many of you feel the same way. When she surrounded herself with fans at celebrations like this, she never felt more at home. She could spend hours talking to people and learning about their lives and how Star Wars and Leia touched them the same way it touched us. If left to her own devices, she would have always been the last person to leave the convention center, having met and had a shared Carrie moment with every single person there. Nothing about her was a performance. She loved you, she loved these movies, she loved the people she got to make them with, and she loved this incredible character she got to create, this force called Leia. She taught me 3 important things. One thing all mothers should teach their daughters. General Kenobi, years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you to help him in his struggle against the Empire. I regret that I am unable to present my father's request to you in person, but my ship has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring you to Alderaan has failed. I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve it. You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Secondly, she taught me that if life isn't funny, then it's just true, and that is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And finally, I learned by knowing her that the most evolved person is seemingly a contradiction. They are both the strongest and the most vulnerable person in the room, and that was her. That is Leia. Thank you for loving her and carrying on what she stands for, and beyond grateful.
Always be the princess who took command and never backed down, never was in jeopardy. She was always helping the other guys get out of the messes they created. So we'll all love her forever and ever.
I'm going to mirror a little bit of that, whose world has revolved around Star Wars and is uniquely suited to give us wonderful insight on this remarkable woman, is her daughter, Billy. Please welcome Billy Lourd.
Her, but in our world, Star Wars ultimately.
Oh my God! Non è possibile, questo non è possibile. Non è possibile.
And the secret sauce of Star Wars, the greatest composer, conductor in the universe, John
All right, so I think it's fair to say that the video we made for the panel speaks for itself. We shouldn't have to say anything other than what you saw, because unreal, just unreal. Oh man, true definition of an emotional roller coaster, man. It was unbelievable. But we're heading out now to explore the show floor, see what's going on. Floor. I really want to see if that ILM thing, the ILMX lab, whatever it's called, is doing what they did in London last year. We'll see. I hear BB-8, so that's exciting.
Yeah, I hear BB-8.
So let's see what's going on. Oh my God. The real one, buddy.
Show me.
Life-size Java. Creepy.
This sounds strange.
Hey Josh, what's different about tonight from yesterday?
Prepared.
How did we prepare? An air mattress? Oh, buddy. Whole different ballgame, sir.
Guys, don't follow us, okay? Thank you. Guys, remember once you actually see you, down here, guys. If you're down here. Hey.
Oh, that's sweet. Honestly, no. I think we'll get up there. Yeah.
Can we get a picture too?
I'm barging all the way.
Mr. Ryan. Awesome. Thanks, man. Hoarded masses. And Josh.
Walks away. For all you people here, in just a moment, Warwick Davis is coming out here. He's going to be coming out, folks. We are going to be having lots of fun. Maybe bringing some of you on stage to talk and have some fun with Warwick. How does that sound?
What'd you think about the trailer, Josh?
Man.
Dude. Luke is going dark. Look at that guy. He's excited too. Did you like the trailer? Good stuff. I think Luke's going dark, my man. And you pointed out something to me during the panel too. You said Mark Hamill's wearing all black.
Yeah.
That may be a hint. Just a little bit of a hint. And maybe it's his co-worker? Thank you.
Awesome. So cute.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Great. There he is. He's smiling now. Thanks, R5. Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Josh. What about that? How about that
175?
Stormtrooper suit, dude?
We don't want that one. It's been in your mouth.
Get it. Go buy it. Live your dreams.
070.
Live your dreams, Josh. So the Funko Pop booth looks very desolate right now. This looked like that for the last 2 days. They were doing a lottery thing. If you didn't get a ticket to win the lottery, odds are you didn't get what you wanted. But luckily for me, I got a lottery ticket and I got everything I could possibly want and then some. And it actually wasn't that expensive. So, yeah, very, very cool. This is actually a really cool booth here too. The wall of t-shirts, the tower of t-shirts. Not to be confused with the Tower of Terror t-shirts. It's a whole different thing. One of the reasons I love Star Wars so much is that Star Wars has something for everybody. You know, you can find a $5 Chewbacca plush that's this big, or you can find something like the Innovos booth here, which has life-size replicas of Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, everything. Take a look at this. This is really cool. These are so dope. I love this. I've always wanted a good Kylo Ren helmet. That was the limited edition of 300 in the world. That's pretty cool. So cool. Yeah. He's in
are little like life size. These are little like 6-scale figurines. Very cool. I love all this stuff. Oh, my favorite, second favorite droid, IG-88. Love him. I would love to have that. Hey Josh, can I borrow $215 for this? Come on, man. Sure. Yeah. Here are some life-size statues of Stormtroopers and Darth Vader. That thing is huge. It looks like it's really big. The base actually starts right there. It's like standing on 2.5 feet. So it's probably like a foot taller than it should be. But remember, David Prowse was very, very tall. The guy who was inside the Vader suit. Yeah. So Vader's very tall too. Could you imagine? Like, holy crap, that's so tall.
That's how tall Vader was, Josh.
Yeah.
Does that scare you?
At his waist.
It's very.
That's not a good thing.
That's a great thing for Vader. Keep in mind when you're looking at this, I'm 6'2". That's how tall Vader was. Ooh, it's so big, so scary. So if I had unlimited money, I could pick up one thing from the convention.
One thing.
I found what it is. I really want this. I want it a lot.
I have a feeling.
I'm gonna show you what it is.
A life-size Han Solo in carbonite decoration for the mere price tag of $7,499. It's got all the detail you would expect. Very cool. It's Jabba's favorite decoration and mine. This is so cool. And a hidden Mickey. Look at that. Josh is a hidden Mickey on here. I'm not kidding when I'm saying, if they sold this, I would buy this one immediately. A Rogue One Nissan that looks like an X-Wing. I mean, it doesn't really look like an X-Wing, but it's supposed to look like an X-Wing. How cool is that? Oh, man. That, my friend, is dope. Here's some more high-end helmets. They're props. My all-time favorite Stormtrooper, the Scout Trooper right there. Love that one. That last one right there. Very cool, my favorite. We'll go look at that in a little bit. Let's look at the Oculus Rift. Oh, Josh, we gotta come try this, dude. Look at this. Oculus Rift, I'm doing this right now. Like I said earlier, there's something for everyone here. Everyone can be into Star Wars here at Star Wars Celebration. It's not just for hardcore nerds like myself, it's for everybody. Even kids, everything. So if you're asking yourself, would my kid like to come to Star Wars Celebration? I say yes, because there's so many things to do. It's not just, sorry about that, this thing fell over. It's not just for hardcore people that love it. It's for everybody. Naboo! No, I missed it. You missed it? It was Jar Jar Binks thing. Are you filming right there?
Oh, yeah.
John Cambria, Collider. I'm sure they are. Life-size Lego Captain Crab. And a Death Trooper and Kylo Ren. Look at this. Kylo Ren one. And a Stormtrooper one. The masses of people here buying all their collections. I actually went to a store that I found that had a bunch of stuff from nerves, a bunch of stuff from my childhood. There was a lot of the prequel stuff actually. That was the new stuff that's coming out when I was a kid. I love it quite a bit. And there was just cosplay and all that kind of stuff too. So, hey, one of the coolest things here is the life-size TIE Fighter. It is here. You want to walk around and get a picture of it. Also, Jabba and the Satan core over there. Take a look at that. I'd like to see that. No worries. Mary Poppins Jedi. Very cool, thank you. This is a Star Wars Battlefront 2 panel that are still right now.
you notice this mantra that we have, the hero's journey, is one of really
What's up, Wayne?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, man.
It's been a long ass time. Sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. Have you seen Danny? So actually, dude, some of my favorite booths that we've been going to have been some of the ones that are smaller, like independent shops.
Yeah.
There is a lot
There's a lot of things here.
really cool stuff here. Let's look around at some of the small stuff and like maybe you can get a step back into the past here. Very awesome. About 3 R5-D4s. This is the biggest one I've watched. He is my favorite droid ever. I love him very much, and this is pretty exciting. I'm excited. We're hoping we'll get his motivator fixed. You want to know what $7,000 worth of Chewie looks like? Hand puppet. There it is. Holiday Yoda. I'm my favorite. I love him.
Steven, look what I just got.
Stuff.
I didn't even see that they had.
I got all that too, so.
The droid meeting.
I've been obsessed with Disney parks since I was a kid. My first experience at Imagineering. The other guest has been a protocol droid for 40. Please welcome Tom Fitzgerald and Anthony Daniels to the stage.
How it really came about, people often ask us which thrill ride, which is something he thought hadn't been done before, and he thought that was an interesting combination. And that became, and it turns out they were huge fans of Disneyland, so it was a true love fest. But it was a new type of, that Rex is on the right. That's Chris Runco, the designer of Rex. And that really came about because George famous set of characters that we wanted to add into that story. So we found a way within our story.
And all that kind of thing. You made it so live for me. You didn't need the ride. You were a master at telling that story.
G290 and G240, and where do they come from? So we were really far along in production, and Tony Baxter said, you know, the guest designer went overnight into an adjacent attraction known as America Sings and stole 2 geese in the show. They literally went to 2 of the barbershop quartet scenes and turned them into barbershop trios, and they de-feathered them, and that's why they're called goose droids. And for the show, so we got 2 free figures, and we figured, all this work, and George Lucas came in to review it, and while they're playing these beautiful things, he looks at the script on the table and says, "What's this?" And they said, "That's the guide script for the show." He said, "Well, that's what they should be saying." He said, "No, we have this week." He said, "No, they should be saying these words." So now we had no
11 when that launched. It was just such an incredible experience riding, right? Can you tell us about that process? And of course, Anthony, you had such a large role in it.
Well, I remember you turned up at the house again. You came round and you said, I want to talk about Star Tours. And you explained that it was many, much more digital and all that kind of thing, 3D and all that. And you explained the story just as you had before. And then it was going to be this and this and this and this. And then you said, but unfortunately we had to retire Captain Rex. And I kind of thought, well, that is sad. So we need a new pilot. And that pilot is you. I was absolutely overwhelmed. I didn't expect it at all. And I was thrilled. Thank you.
That's where we. So it's the pod race, and we actually storyboarded it and figured we were going to do it in 3D and had it all set to go, and then we sort of stopped and said, Jakku, and BB-8, who we love. And now we're deep at work, and we're at work on something new.
I thought this was a secret. You didn't hear Tom Fitzgerald.
So Star Tours, a wonderful adventure. Star Tours, the adventures continue, and now Star Tours, the adventures continue to continue.
So we're going to Crate. And
You're going to where? I'm sorry.
We are going to the. We are going to the mineral planet of Crate, and we are deep in production with ILM right now. And I can tell you, it's going to be an amazingly fun sequence for the show. So we're really excited.
If you weren't there or haven't seen the clip, I want to play that for you right now. Let's take a look at Bob Iger announcing this new expansion.
Today, I'm thrilled to announce the next chapter in the long and exciting history between Disney Parks and Star Wars. We're creating a jaw-dropping new world that represents our largest single-themed land expansion ever. One more thing, we're not just building one of these, we're building two. One, Disney's Hollywood Studios in Orlando, and the other, right here in Anaheim at Disneyland.
In the history of Disney parks, all dedicated to Star Wars. That just gives me chills. And in preparation for this panel, I want to tell you a little story, or at least as much as I can. Things. My friends, I am burdened with this knowledge. I can't even tell you. Every time someone brings it up, what they're doing is just, it's mind-blowing. And I thought I knew, and I thought I had an idea, and then I saw what I saw. And I had to play it cool and try to be professional on their host, but inside I'm like Beaker. I'm just, I'm going nuts at what I'm seeing because it is so creative. It's so ambitious. I can't get into it, but they took me to a couple little field trips and over here, and then I went over there, and I just left that day just with my breath taken away. Fortunately today, we have a group of panelists to tell us a little bit about that. Now I know it's still, in 2019, we still have a ways away, but I'm so excited that we get to share some of that because what they're going to tell you about is going to get you, if it's even just a fraction of how excited I am, I'm so happy for all of us. So, give a round of applause to Walt Disney Imagineering and to Lucasfilm members. It's Wendy, Doug, Scott, Pablo, Asa, and Chris. Come on out, let's get started.
For all of our Star Wars work around the world.
Yeah.
I'm Pablo Hidalgo. I'm part of the Lucasfilm Story Group.
Hi, I'm Asa Kalama. I'm an executive creative director working on the Star Wars project.
Yay!
And I'm Chris Beatty. I'm also an executive creative director working on the Star Wars project.
Yay!
I too worship Doug Chang and Pablo Hidalgo.
Like it is in Orlando and Anaheim, but that's not what it is at all. That is so wrong.
You know, it would be easy to kind of think, let's revisit some of our favorite place characters and adventures and all kinds of new awesomeness.
So you developed a new place in Star Wars. You've developed a new planet, a new.
It's a new planet. It's a new place. It's this remote frontier outpost somewhere on the edge of wild space. Place for us to discover new stories.
Okay, so it's a new outpost. We haven't heard of it yet, but you've been working on this, Pablo, as well. You've been going back and forth.
Yeah, basically, I love the way all these folks work. I've often said the appeal to Star Wars, for me personally, is, it's obviously a great showcase for themes and characters, but for me it's a destination. Star Wars is a place that I visit, and with every new Star Wars story, it's like coming back home, but finding a new corner of that home that you've never explored before. So when it came to developing this location, I've been working, the whole story team has been working, to not only figure out where this place is on the galactic map, but what its history has been throughout galactic history.
I just have to say that every single time I do a panel where you have Lucasfilm with a company like Imagineering, I'm so impressed and overwhelmed at the collaborative nature of this. And this is something
certain stuff with you guys first because we are fans. We love the fans. So we wanted you guys to see this first.
Funko is sold out. Nothing left. Nothing.
The Star Wars show floor is open in 5 minutes. Thank you all for coming and being the best fans ever.
There were some very expensive toys here. Yeah. We're too poor to be here. We don't belong.
Thank you so Yeah? Good morning, everybody. From the last day of Star Wars Celebration, this is the line to get into the show floor. There are a ton of people here on Easter Sunday. It's going to be a good time. Hello, welcome to my 40th anniversary hat. Love this hat. Very exciting. There's a lot of people here today. A lot more than I thought would be here on Easter. But I guess that's how it works. Let's go look around and see if we can talk to some people. We're doing an Oculus, some sort of 3D virtual reality experience. Presented by Nissan. It's pretty exciting. I'm going to try it. I've never done a virtual reality thing, so this is going to be pretty cool. I'm nervous.
And essentially it's the idea that's spelled out in what we call New Hope.
I just did the 3D virtual Rogue One thing, and I've never done a virtual reality thing before, and it was really immersive, and I'm kind of freaked out that something could be that real and not feel real. There's a little bit of it where it's like, okay, it's a little fake. Once you're in it, you're just like, this is real, and it really freaked me out, and I'm a little woozy. Whoa, I don't know if virtual reality is for me, but it kind of creeped me. It kind of creeped me out a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it was that good. It was creepy. Like there was a point when I was in there, and I forgot I was in a virtual reality thing. It was that good. Really, and then the guy was like, "Look to your right," and I was like, "Oh, I'm looking up at an AT-AT," and I was like, "Oh, I am in this virtual reality thing." It freaked me out quite a bit. I saw this movie the other day, and it cracked me up because that is where they filmed Part 2, Starlight Michael Island, where you see Luke doing the constellations, and where we see them again in Episode 8. The Lightspeed lane to get into the Star Wars Celebration show store. Much better than waiting for 3 hours. If there's anything left, that is. Which there probably won't be. Who cares? I got my lightsaber. That's all I care. Yes! Joshua.
Yeah, man.
It's 5:02 on Easter. Happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter.
Star Wars Celebration. It's over. No, I'm ready for it to be over.
I'm ready.
This has been the craziest whirlwind 4 days of my life. This is like, I swear to God, this has been more effort than like coming to Disney before I moved to Orlando. I'm serious. It's been madness.
I usually don't get tired walking around Disney.
Yeah,
I got tired here.
I don't get tired doing that either because I'm just used to it at this point. But I mean, dude, this was exhausting. Just exhausting. But one of the most memorable, amazing experiences I've ever had in my life, and I got to share it with this guy right here. And thanks to you guys for making this possible.
Thank you.
You guys are the ones watching, downloading. Turn my lights up, by the way. Watching, downloading, rating, reviewing, everything. And we wanted to say thank you one last time for that.
Thank you for that.
You made this weekend amazing. It was good saying hi to people that we saw that knew the show. Thank you for saying hi to us.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it's more than I thought. We appreciate it, and we love you guys.
Love you.
May the force be with all of us. We'll see you next time, Celebration.